Okay, so first thing first, you need to look at the question paper for task 2. Task 2 talks about spreadsheet. And in the spreadsheet is actually about a theatre that uses a spreadsheet to record the seat. For each performance, each seat can be booked. And if the seat number is displayed, the seat is available. But if the seat is booked, X is displayed. Okay, so first thing first, we need to open up this data. So we go to our folder and we open this up. Alright, and so what we need to do is we need to save it so that we do not lose our data. Okay, so I've already saved my work here. Next is we are going to move on to the question. The question says, in cell P2, enter the performance text performance date and format the cell as right align and bold. So there are two things that needs to be done. It needs to have enter, and you need to also format as right align and bold. So we need to do that. Okay, so let's do that. Number 1, just now we said P2. For P2, let's find P2 first. So find P and 2. Okay, so this is P2. In P2, we are going to write, so let's see whether this is P2. So P2 is actually here. We're going to write performance date. Performance date. Is that all that we're going to write? Yes, we are going to write with a semicolon, yeah? Okay, alright, so we're going to write P2 here. So P and 2. Okay, so next thing is we are going to right align and bold it. Right align and bold it. So we click on P2 again. Right align is actually here, alignment. Here, okay, and bold is a B. Okay, so that's right align and bold. So you'll get your 2 marks there. Next thing is format cell Q2 as date and left align. And enter the date 21/9/2022. You may need to resize the width of the following queue. Let's go to Q2 first. Let's go to Q, and 2 is here. Okay, so Q2 is just beside P2 just now, and then you're supposed to write the date as 21/9 September, 21 September, okay? 21 September 2022. And we're supposed to format it as a date. Okay, so we put it as a date like that. So it will show that this is actually formatted as a date. Okay, and it's left aligned. Okay, so alignment, left alignment is here, you just pen over. So left alignment is here and pen over. Okay, we need to adjust. What do we need to adjust? We need to resize the column, the width of the column Q. Okay, so if we need to adjust the width, actually we can just double click on it and it will adjust by itself. Okay, right. Next is in cell AD6, enter a formula to count the number of seats booked in row A. Okay, let's look at AD6. Okay, so it's AD is actually here and 6 is here. So it's actually AD6 is here, okay? AD6. And what do we need to do? We need to actually count the number of seats booked. So count is the key. Okay, how do we need to know the number of seats that are booked? It's when they are X, okay? So it's actually equals count. It's a special type of count. It is actually count if. Count if is if in this range, just the first row, okay, let's see that. Just the first row in the range, it is actually an X. Okay, so if it is just an X, if it's just an X, so it's inverted comma, X. Why the inverted comma? Because it's not a number. So you can actually count letters. Okay, so there are 9 of the number of the seats that are booked. Okay, And then they say, enter a formula to count the number of seats booked in each row B to V. Okay, so your formulas must only include the seats in each price band. You need to say that in each of it, you just have to copy in the price band. Okay, you just have to copy all the way down to here. Okay, right, good. So now we enter the formula to count in each row from B to V. Your formulas must only include the seats in each price band. Okay, so correct. Okay. Now, so we have to find that we have managed to count all the X in each of the rows. Okay, so next would be the percentage of seats. Okay, so you follow here this question. In cell A6, AE6, enter a formula to find the percentage of seats booked in row A. Set out a formula to show that all the values in the column and format the column as a percentage with one decimal place. Let's do the first part first, okay? Which is actually to find the formula of the percentage. So it's actually, how you find is actually you take this data, okay? So this data over the number of seats in each of the band. So this is actually over 25, okay? So there are 25 seats only, so this will be over 25. Okay, so it's a 0.3. What you can do is you can copy all the way until here. Okay, so that's in row A. Okay, so sorry, you don't have to copy yet. Into E6, so I'm not just finding as a percentage. Okay, still need to copy it, so we just need to click on it. Okay, so do this and put as a percentage, right? With one decimal place. So you can actually just right click. Remember to right click, percentage, one decimal place, and then you have it. Okay. Okay, we are done with this. Format the values, set up formulas to show all values. Okay, yes, correct. So now once we are done with this, we just have to select here. So then the next one is actually in this price band is actually just 21. So it's actually, you can actually drag everything, but you must understand that from here onwards, it's not against 25 seats, it's actually 21. You can just change it all the way until here, right? But this is not over 25, it's over just, the last seat is actually 15. Okay, so it's actually 1 to 15, so it's just 15. And you can just go over here. And that's how you get it, okay? Alright, so we're done with this. Next is, let's look at the next question. It says to show the total price of booked seats for row in each cell EF6 to EF27, enter a formula. Okay, the keyword is enter a formula that uses a function to look up. So one of the big keywords is a lookup at the price of the seat. So this is a keyword, lookup. So technically, you will definitely first say if you use a VLOOKUP function. Okay, so you have to use a VLOOKUP and then you multiply it by the number of seats in the row. Let's look up first. Okay, so let's look up first for the price. Okay, let's look up for this front band. Okay, so we are going to be looking at this. So we look up. Alright, so we look up front, okay, in this price band. Okay, so you just want to look up for the VLOOKUP first. Okay, look up function, and it's actually the second column because you just want to see the price and false. This is an exact match. If you notice, and it gets me 98, which is correct because at the front is $98. So now, after you have done that, later then we can multiply by the number of seats that was taken up. So that's what the question is asking, that we multiply by the number of seats booked in a row. So what we can do is we can just copy down. But remember, before we copy down the information, always lock your table. Okay, so that you do not shift the table that is used. Okay. Alright, looks good because now I see that it is 0 tickets bought, it will be $0. Okay, so we have done it correctly. Now we use this to copy for the total. Multiply it for everything. Done. Next question. In cell AD29, use a formula to total the number of seats booked for the performance. Copy this formula to AF29. Okay, so AD29, we have to look up for the total number of seats. AD29 is here, so AD29, here we go. AD29 is here. Okay, AD29, look up for all the number of tickets, so it's just sum of all this data, and it will add up for me. Okay. Similarly, what does it say? It says copy this formula to cell AF29. So AF29 is here. So we also use the same, which is actually sum of all the amount here. And we have to close it up. Okay, and then click enter. Okay, so we are done for this too. Okay, format all cells containing price to $4. So if there is any that has money to do with prices, money, it will definitely require a currency, Singapore currency. So this whole data actually will be in currency. So format, we just right click format on the currency. Okay, it's a Singapore dollar. And do we need decimal place? Seems like they didn't say anything with decimal place, so you can actually just leave it as it is, or you can just put 0 decimal place. It's also okay. Okay, so you can also, another way is to go to currency, click on that. Okay, currency. If you don't want any decimal place, you can just reduce this decimal place. This also has currency. Okay, so next question would be in cell AE29, find the formula to find the percentage of seats booked for the whole performance. Okay, so it means we have to actually AE29, sorry, instead of submitting all, actually by right, we're supposed to find out the number of seats that are booked as compared to the numbers of seats that are available. So we're supposed to find out the numbers of cells that are occupied in all of these. Okay, so it's actually equals to this cell, over count. Okay, so count A, because the cells that are not empty, count A of these 4 cells. Okay, so anything that is not empty is considered that there are seeds. Okay, so I close the data and then I find that it's actually 28.1%. Why is that so? Is because count A will actually count the cells that are not empty. So we will count all these from, okay? So that's the formula to find the percentage of seeds booked, is actually to find number of seeds booked over the number of seeds that are not booked. Okay, next is in cell HC29, enter the text for total for performance. Format the cell as underlined. Okay, so we need to go to AC29 first. AC29 and we type totals for performance. Okay, so we also need to format the cells underline and right align. Underline and right align. So click on here, underline, view, and right align. Let's go and right align. Okay, this is the folder, so I'm just going to move that. Okay, so I've done this, so I got my marks. Format all cells as automatically show. Okay, if you see the word automatically show, it is definitely conditional cell formatting. Okay. Okay, a red background if the front seats are booked. For this question, do not rush straight and doing everything at one time. Do you one at a time? So, we're supposed to format all cells to automatically show that the red background if the front seats are booked. When the front seats are booked, it's actually here. And when they are booked, it's only an X. So let's select this data. Okay, and conditional formatting, highlight. Let's put equal to an X, right? Remember? Let's put it as red background if the front seats are booked. Okay. So if it is equal to an X, let's put it to a red background. You can always custom format, go to the field and put a red background. So you can have a light red or a very dark red. So we put that and then let's see the data. You see? So we only do up to the front. Let's do the second part. If the center seats are booked, it will be a yellow background. Okay, the center seats are booked. So let's select only the center then. Conditional formatting, highlight, same thing again, equals to an X. This time it will be the custom format for yellow. Okay, so it looks like it's okay. And the next question, if a blue background is for back seats. Okay, book blue background. Conditional formatting again equals to X. And if it's blue field on blue background. Okay, once everything is okay, click save or save as. Let's see, it is a save your file, so you just save because you originally have saved it. Okay, so we have saved this information already, but don't forget there's always a chart. Okay, so let's look at the chart. The chart is set up the money in thousands taken for each performance last month. So use the money in thousands, which is the chart here. So always remember there's a chart here. Okay, and in this chart they want you to create the chart below, and it's all line chart. It looks like it only needs, it doesn't have a secondary axis, it's only it's a single primary axis. And it looks like there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday data, and it's just some money. So it looks, and there's a few weeks. Okay, so we select data, including the title. Okay, so we select this data, we click insert, we click on line chart and you see whether the line chart gets you the data that you want. Okay, so the line chart does give us the correct legend. Okay, the legend correct. But you see the type of it is different. So later you have to edit it. It looks like this data is also correct, right? And let's change the type of lines that we have. So this is actually just one dot. Okay, let's see. It's the blue color. So this one, let's change the chart type. That's simply to line with marker. So if you look at it, it's correct. Line with marker. Okay, what about week 2? Week 2 seems to have a very different line. So we need to change the line to another type of line with marker. So most of them all have lines with markers. So we're just going to edit the lines with marker later. So if you wish to change all to lines with marker, you may change to do so. And then what we do is we will have to go to which one has the different one. So week number 2 has dash. Week number 2 is orange. Week number 2 will have a different type of dash type. So line number 2, which is the orange one, will have a different format. If you click on that, you have a format data series, right? And then you go to the type of dash. So the type of dash will definitely be just a dash, like that, right? And then you check again whether is it the correct one. Okay, that looks good. The week number 3 is a dash dot. So you got to go to your line number 3 or week number 3, and then you go to all type of dash dot, which is this. Dash dot. And week number 4 is entirely all dots. So number 4, we'll go to a dotted line. So the dash dotted, also dotted one, so we find the dotted type. Just this. Okay, if everything is good, okay, so we just have to close this up and then we will just put it here. Now what is missing in our chart is actually our title, and then the rest is okay. So title would be money in thousands taken for the month. So should decipher, right? And then just hit copy and edit this. Okay. Alright, so if everything looks good, all you need to do is to save your chart as a different chart name. So it will be, just click on, because it didn't tell you to save the chart, it's actually just to save the file. You just save it as that. ITS underscore chart underscore 32. Okay, so you just have to do that and click save. So that's it.